Alright, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and we're continuing with the Phantom of the Opera. After returning from Pedro's Kireg, I've been feeling frustrated and I can't focus during rehearsals. Christine, you've been so quiet lately. Are you under too much pressure? I'm not sure what to say, but I hope that Meg can advise me. I had a big fight with Raul. I thought you were close, and didn't you take a trip together? You said he was taking you to Pedro's Kireg to pay respects to your father. That's where we fought. I tried to simplify what happened in order to keep the angel of music a secret. He broke a promise he made, and I feel like he doesn't respect me. If he breaks his word, then he is the one in wrong, and you don't have to feel bad about it. May tries to comfort me and then steals a glance at me and says cautiously, he probably didn't mean to, you know, the Vice Colonel Cheney is a good man. Do you think you could try to forgive him? Well, he did treat me like a random loose woman. Just saying. It's like the Raul in the time like his life shamer. Like the Raul from the Time Princess universe is a lot more violent than the book and movie version. That's a bit. The both versions are a bit of a tool, but this one he be more psychotic. It's like she's got like the psychotic controlling nobleman or the psychotic controlling guy who hides in a basement of an opera house. Meg is right. Raul has gone through a lot for my sake, and he probably wanted to protect me. There's a lot of psychopaths who do terrible things to women under the excuse that I'm trying to protect you. Do you think I want to? Whatever. I've been unkind to him too, and we weren't thinking straight. Have you talked to him since, Christine? I haven't seen him in days. I think you need to clear the air between the two of you. The longer you leave it, and the worse it'll be, and the more difficult it'll be to make up. You're right, but he was the one in the wrong, and he hasn't shown up. What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna stand my ground. He didn't keep his word. If I apologize first, it is as if I never stood my ground in the first place. Why should I apologize if he's the one in the wrong? So you're going to wait for him to apologize? I think he needs to realize that he was wrong, and I won't give in. I don't think it matters who apologizes first, Christine. Anyway, I'm sure you'll make up in the end. Meg flashes a mischievous smile at me as she takes my costume out of the wardrobe. You're so close after all. You're way more than just friends. Alright, the leading lady needs to focus now. This is your big debut for Faust, and you should relish this. You're right, I've been looking forward to this for such a long time. If my father could see me, I'm sure he'll be proud of me. You mustn't be nervous, believe in yourself, and you worked so hard for this role. All thanks to the Angel of Music. I think of the night when the Angel of Music made me practice for the lead role. That wasn't long after Carlotta's incident, and wasn't just a coincidence. Your costume is ready, Christine. Come and get changed. May's voice interrupts my thoughts, and I am annoyed at myself for getting distracted. I look at the beautiful costume and take a deep breath and brace myself. This should be my best performance so far. I'm finally standing in the center stage, and the curtains lift and eyes around me. The spotlight follows me as I walk across the stage, and I'm nervous, but all I hear is my heart racing. I begin to sing, and the music takes over and lets me its power. As I lose myself in the music, I seem to hear the Angel of Music singing along with me. The moonlight bears witness to my love, and my great beloved, my immortal hero. Please come back to me and be true and reveal your love for me. Our voices intertwine, complementing each other, and I have never felt like this on my stage before. And it feels like my soul has emerged with the song and the angel of music. Our new leading lady, the glamorous Christine, Paris will rave about her. Especially since she's singing with both a girl and a guy voice, like she's possessed.
Oh, that's been Twitter.
Well, that's been Twitter question for you. Who is she? Her voice must be from heaven, and where has she been all along? And what a touching performance. Christine will be the brightest star in Paris. The show draws to a close with a standing ovation, and the audience is shouting my name. Words cannot describe how I feel right now. Well, if you think about it, another way to interpret what the Phantom is doing is that he's vicariously living through Christine. Cause cause experiencing indirectly the applauses and all that. Because he'd be like, well, I thought I had to sing like that. So they're applauding for me. Just a way, vicariously living is something that like a lot of control freaks do. I can't believe my dream has come true, and I dream about this all my life. The moment I've been waiting for is finally here. I am showered with flowers and compliments by stage, and I feel a little overwhelmed. I am exhausted as well, but I'm not sure what to do. I hope I'm not disturbing you, Christine. Raoul, you came. Yes, today is your debut as the leading lady. Of course I'm here. I just don't know if
Matthew Weber, as I live, it says, I am the mask you wear, but it's neither here.
remember like Matthew Lloyd Webber's version of the Phantom, him be like, I am the mask you wear, and the Phantom be like, it's me, they're here. So right there, they're spelling out that the Phantom is vicariously living through Christine, his dream of being a Don Juan triumphant or a beautiful female opera diva. Whatever, the Phantom has a lot of like. It could be some video blog dissecting what's the Phantom's major malfunction.
You remember that song like, and then Matthew Weber is neither here.
Yeah, whatever. I just don't know if I didn't know if you still wanted to see me. Of course I wanna see you, and before the show I wonder if you'll come. We stand amid the clutter and avoid eye contact, unsure of what to do next. However, when our eyes accidentally meet, we burst out in laughter. It was a fantastic performance, Christine. I'm so proud of you. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here, my friend. We are still friends. Of course, Christine. I hope you're not still mad at me. Raoul steps towards me and scratches his head awkwardly. I'm sorry, Christine. I know you know. I know you have every right to be angry with me, and I shouldn't have broken my promise, and I shouldn't have followed you, and I even threw a tantrum at you. Yeah, dude, you're like somebody's captain. So you're too old to be throwing tantrums. Mature man. His shoulders slump and his eyes look sad again. So that night the person who was praying for you. I know it's none of my business, but Raul, I shouldn't have said those things to you too. I'm sorry. All I can say is the person who played for me is a very dear friend of mine who promised to play for me and my father. I don't have a lover, and I'm not trying to hide anything from you. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have misunderstood you. You're not that kind of girl, and the way I acted must have really upset you. You acted like, you acted like was a cheap whore, you lunatic. But why didn't he show himself? If he had, maybe I wouldn't have lost my temper. Or maybe you would have like punched him or attacked him as you did in your movie version that they got into a weird rapier duo, remember?
Yeah.
In like the movie version of the Phantom of the Opera, they come at sword fighting blows until he immediately forgets to use a sword. Or am I thinking of a different Phantom of the Opera? Because there's so many. And the star, once he in the star.
In the movie, they do fight with swords and then.
Yeah, and then he immediately forgets how to sword fight when he goes into the catacombs.
No, when he goes into the car, he allows the phantom to do that, to put a noose over his head.
Yeah, he allowed. Yeah, like in the ending, he allows like the phantom to throw around the noose around his neck and like just standing still to let him choke him. Just to move slightly to the left. So at least this route is keeping his hand at the level of his eyes. I don't know how to explain this to Raul, and besides I already promised the angel to keep him a secret. On the other hand, Raul is dying to know. I don't wanna keep my friend in the dark, but I can't break the angel's trust. Did I scare away your friend? I suppose a shy person would hide, and given the way I was behaving. Raul shakes his head, and I can tell he's feeling guilty about what happened that night, and I want to comfort him. And we both notice a dark figure in the corner. Raul hastily pulls behind him and puts a hand on the hilt of his sword. Yeah, like every time like the Phantom tries to approach, like people get like very antsy. Of course, it's gonna be like hiding all the time. If people react to him like, grab the pointy end. Who's there? Could it be the Phantom? Step into the light if you dare. Raul calls out to the figure in a loud, imposing voice, and I know that my presence is the only reason why he hasn't approached the figure. I thought the yelling would have set the Phantom, but he doesn't attempt to attack us. Raul, he's leaving. The dark figure heads for the corridor swiftly, keeping to the shadows. Christine, stand back or go after him. Wait, Raul, it's not safe for you to go alone. Raul was about to go after him, but my words hold him back. It might be the Phantom's plan to attack you while you're alone, and he's cunning and we should be careful. The dark figure stands silently in a corner while we wonder what to do. That's strange, it feels like he's waiting for us. It reminds me of the mysterious man I met before, who had deliberately waited for me to catch up. Raul, do you remember the mysterious man I told you about? It felt like this, but that was a man, not the Phantom. It does look like if he wants to lead us somewhere. The figure turns and moves further down the corridor towards the stairs. Wherever he is, I have to follow him. If I don't, we'll never solve the mystery.
So hold off. Has Christina realized yet that the Phantom and the Angel of Music are the same person?
Yeah,
As dumb as a break in the
yeah, like yeah, the Time Princess one is dumb as a brick. Like in the book, Christina knows that the Phantom is like a being of flesh and blood, like around like chapter 5, like very early, and she becomes super chill about it, like be like, dude, you do not have to worry about this little guy. He's like my little puppy. He does everything I
It's
tell
like the
him.
meme that they say the girl you like, the guy who told you not to worry about.
Yeah, it's like that mean the girl you like and the guy she told you not to worry about. The lunatic that has with a bunch of gunpowder. Raul and a siren and a weird flame torch guy. Whatever. It's kind of have implied that the Phantom in the book has henchmen as well. Whatever. And even in the movie version, I mean, he has people holding up candles for him handing out candles for him to walk in with his woman.
Like, can you imagine him flying? Like, now all of you guys are going to stand over here and you're going to stick your hand out and hold that candlestick.
Yeah, but the way that they could do like the candles, he has 30,000 francs every month. Of course, he could pay like a bunch of homeless people to like pretend to be statues while he rides in with his woman, and then they'd be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, for 20,000 francs, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. You just tell us where to stand. You want us to assist? Whatever. The point is that like the Phantom had the right idea about stockpiling money because with money, like people like if you have a lot of money. Like he didn't need to stress too much of the look. He just had to like walk in there like covered in riches, and then people, yeah, Count of Monte Cristo style, and then people will like you because they're not gonna look at your face. They're gonna look at your bling bling. Whatever. Maybe I just think that most people are shallow.
Yeah.
Raul turns to look at me, and I look straight back at him. I'm coming with you. I guess I can't persuade you to stay. At least I can protect you when you're with me. We follow the dark figure up the stairs, and it's late at night and there's no one else around. The dark figure awaits for us around the corner and quickly moves ahead just before we catch up. It's the same corridor. Sí, sí, he's the... I just clicking whatever and paid attention. Oh my god, whatever. Ah! making me embarrassed. All right. Taking us to box 5. Oh, God. Whatever. You're just awful, bro. Well, thank you for pointing that out. It doesn't look weird. When I was clicking, we're not paying attention. Moving along. The door opens and it's like a silent invitation. And Raul and Alex change look and he pulls me behind him protectively. This person doesn't seem to have any ill intentions so far, but we still shouldn't let our guard down. If something happens, I'll buy you some time and you must run, do you understand? Like, they didn't used to do the weird flower thing.
Yeah. No. The flower thing is
Raul sighs at the demon and he's blocking the doorway with his body and it looks like he won't take no for an answer. Alright, I promise you. And if something happens, I'll go look for help. However, you must promise me that you'll prioritize your safety and wait for me to bring help before you do anything dangerous. You shall be my safety road then, Christine. When I entered the bus, I discovered that for the very first time, the figure standing openly in the light, waiting for us to approach. The man is a middle-aged, with tanned skin and resolute features, and he wears a woolen hat and looks Persian. He's not the Phantom, and I'm relieved, but I have questions. They call him the Persian. He has a name in the book too. I think it was Veroga or something. I forget. Yeah, and even the Phantom has a name, Eric. That's another thing. And even the Frankenstein, the monster, not the person, has a name. Whatever. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let me answer one first. He nods at us and then stretches out both hands to show that he's not armed. I will not harm you. In fact, I'm here to help you. Your previous method of helping was rather peculiar, and I may even call it threatening. I understand why you're hostile towards me, but under these circumstances, the results are far more important than the method. His relaxed attitude is exasperating, and Raul gives him my hand a squeeze. Calm down, and getting emotional will put us in even more danger. Humans hate being frightened, but fear is precisely what they need to stay away from danger. He's talking like an alien. I stand for a moment, and I think of the times I ran into him and realized something. You mean you did all that to scare me deliberately because you wanted me to avoid danger? Are you talking about the Phantom? We have achieved the first step to understanding one another. Wait, what's the connection between you and the Phantom, and what you said so far isn't enough to win our trust? If you believe in the power of fear, why have you changed your tactics this time? I admit that Christine is a rather determined woman, and that is rare. Daroga. The person is called Daroga. I don't know why I remember Veroga, whatever. It's with a D, not with a V. There's a trace of a smile in his eyes, but his bitter face looks like he can no longer manage a real smile. I thought she'll be like most people who became curious about the Phantom, and that would be able to scare her away. However, she has never wavered from her resolve to find out the truth, and the Phantom is abnormally obsessed with her. How do you know that? You must be closely acquainted with the Phantom. Running is no longer the solution, but we had no choice but to face the Phantom. As I normally close, like there used to be roomies back in the fancy Ottoman Empire. They were like friends and stuff. But I guess maybe it's like a friend trying to do an intervention when he sees like his other friend collecting gunpowder and like stuck in a weird shit, and they be like, dude, you're going over the edge, you lunatic. I must correct my error, and perhaps this is the end of it all, and he would either be saved or killed. His voice grows softer, and he sounds like he's muttering to himself. Prove your sincerity and start talking in riddles. The Persian is Daroga, right?
Daroga.
Daroga turns towards me and looks at me carefully before speaking. Madame Christine, please change into clothing that will allow for ease of movement. This is a fashion game after all. We need to get hold of this opportunity to approach the Phantom's lair. You mean Eric's lair. What? I think it is the best place to reveal everything. I look at Rayo and he seems full of worry, but we cannot afford to give up this chance. I understand, please wait.
Wait, that means I want to go around.
I get changed in a hurry and bump into Rayo when I rush out. When I rush to the door, he smiles at me and takes my hand, and on the way to box 5, he keeps telling me to focus on my safety. Let's go. There's no rush, the entrance is right here. Inside the box. That explains so much. No wonder the Phantom has taken over box 5. The Roga walks to the upper corner of the box and feels around behind the heavy curtains. And a soft cracking sound can be heard and a secret door opens beneath the seat. There's been a hidden door in here all along. The Roga points to the narrow opening and I vaguely see the light from the stairs on the other side. I've never seen such a fine mechanism, and everything is seamlessly blended with the box interior. And more accurately speaking, it is all seamlessly integrated with the Opera House. That's right, when the Opera House was being constructed, all of these mechanisms were included. Follow me, you will see that this is just the tip of the iceberg. I'll go first, Christine, be careful. We descend down the long narrow staircase into the underground, and the damn walls are lined with torches. And I can hear water dripping in the distance. I don't know how far we went before we finally arrive at the end of the stairs, and I see a long corridor ahead of us, and it is so long that I can't see the end. What a vast hidden beneath the Opera House, and it's like a maze. You arrive, you're trembling, Christine. I'm fine, it's just a bit cold down here, and how can anyone live in such a cold, dark place? I guess the man who brought us down here can answer that question. The Roga has been silent throughout the descent, and he points to a wall and knocks on it, and then knocks on the opposite wall. It's a very common action, but it feels odd here. The walls don't sound the same. This wall is connected to a different place, and the underground space is connected to the entire Opera House, and box 5 is probably not the only entrance. You're right, there is a maze beneath the Opera House. I don't know the entire layout, but I think it's linked to every location above ground. This place is complicated beyond imagination, and I only know that the Phantom dwells on the ground, and since he's just a man, where he stays can be as terrible as this. If that is the case, then there should be over 100 secret mechanisms. It should be simple for the Phantom to come home and go unnoticed. But this maze is enormous, and the design is so detailed, and it must have taken dozens of skilled workers and architects to complete it. He accomplished it all by himself. He's a genius who discovered an underground lake. Nature and man combined results in this magnificent work of wonder. If you were to tear the blueprints into pieces, no one would be able to envision the entire design from one piece alone. Is he the architect for the entire Opera House? He is the real architect, and he does not want fame. In fact, he did not care for fame at all. He must have experienced an exciting past. In my distant homeland, I saw him rise and I saw him fall. He has been to Persia, and why haven't I heard such a wondrous talent? History is determined to bury him, and stars that shine too brightly threaten to overwhelm the glow of others. I saved him from the streets when he fainted, and he was as pale as death, and his body was just skin and bones. And after meeting him, I discovered that he was extremely talented, and he hardly ever mentions his past, however. And he never takes off his mask. He was already wearing a mask back then. His mysterious mask gained the favor of the Princess of Sudan. The Princess of Sudan, I heard that she's a cruel and collects torture devices. The phantom was highly favored by her. The iron tree, the punjant lasso, he climbed up high by causing human suffering. Many times I advised him not to continue in this matter, but he would say that he has to be cruel in order to survive. I knew that one day I would have to part ways with him. It is not right to harm others for your own benefit, no matter what. Yes, he turned himself from a victim into a perpetrator, and the Sudan royals also began to fear him. In the end, he was forced to wander the world again in order to survive. This time I followed him, and I was the one who saved him, but I never imagined that he would harm so many. I must put an end to his evil ways now and rectify my error. What is the sound? The phantom has noticed us, and the opening will soon be closed, and the mechanisms here have numerous settings. We must hurry. And we rushed back in a hurry, and our heavy footsteps echo throughout the corridor behind us. Quickly, you go first, Christine, and I'll block the phantom's way. Raoul. You wanna be a hero? There's no time to waste, and I might make things worse if I drag on. Alright, you should come quickly. I turn up the stairs first and wait for the voices and wait for them outside the secret door, and soon I hear their voices. We managed to return about the safety, and the wooden door shuts itself behind us. And the Roga tells us gravely that the phantom won't let us off easily, and he has something else to attend to, and advises us to be careful. Another something is new about to befall the opera house. Christine, Angel of Music, is that you? A familiar voice is calling, but all I see is a blur. What's wrong, Angel of Music? I'm here to say goodbye, Christine. How I wish I could stay by your side. And forgive me, I have done all I can for you. My planet needs me. Wait, let me see if there's something. What's it, feasting? No. Feasting is. No, yeah, that really is the next story beat. Christine, Angel of Music, is that you? A familiar voice is calling, but all I see is a blur. What's wrong, Angel of Music? Are you still there? I'm here to say goodbye, Christine. How I wish I could always be by your side. Forgive me for all I done. Forgive me. I have done all I can for you. But my fate has never been kind to me. What? No, don't go. What can I do for you? And tell me there must be a way. We found clues about the phantom. He's human. Hold on. If the phantom is human, it's possible for him to control the Angel of Music. Take care, Christine. Oh God, Jesus, dance as a break. Wait, what is it that you speak of? And tell me how to help you. Christine, you have always been my blessing. Don't leave, Angel of Music. I wake up suddenly and realize that it was just a dream. Tired and mad, I can't seem to shake off the sorrow, and I'm therefore afraid that my dream will come a reality. I've not heard from the Angel of Music since the day I discovered the underground hallway. The Roga hasn't appeared again, and the past few days of silence have kept me on edge, and even endless rehearsals can keep my mind busy. Enough. I thought the Angel of Music was being harassed by the Phantom, but now we have proof that the Phantom is only human. He may be a powerful, but can he really harm an angel? Or is the angel hiding something from me? Or maybe they're one or the same. I wish you trust me more so I know what I can do for him. Unable to control my emotions, I head backstage to the new song, and music always soothes me. Christine, you should rest. You're here, Raoul, and thank you for to see me again. Ever since our naval escape, Raoul has been visiting me every evening to observe the opera house. We find peace rather unsettling, and perhaps the phantom is planning something big right beneath us. I may not be a musically skilled, but I know you. And you sound so sad, Christine. What happened to you today? It's just a nightmare. Is it about the phantom, and you must be feeling uneasy because the opera house is such a dangerous situation. Why don't you ask if the opera house can be temporarily closed, and this will ensure everyone's safety? The new show has been scheduled, and everyone has been preparing it for ages. If the opera house closes, we don't know when it will open again, and many of us will lose our jobs. I understand your worry, but there are special circumstances. I'm sure that a few days of closure won't cause any problems. I discussed the matter with the Paris police, and we know the underground mazes is, and search parties should be able to find the phantom. We will unravel the mystery soon. Meg said the police didn't discover anything when they searched the opera house. The underground maze is a huge and filled with mechanisms, and we should be cautious and wait for the news from Deroga. Don't worry, Christine, we may have ample precautions. I can start worrying about Raul's safety and about the Angel of Music. The Angel of Music has never appeared anywhere outside of the opera house. If the opera house closes, where can I go to wait for his advice? What's wrong, Christine? You can tell me anything as long as you're willing. Something is troubling you. Raul's voice softened, and he comes a step closer, and I can see concern in his eyes. Don't be afraid. The reason I'm here every day is to make sure everyone is safe, so you can tell me your concerns. I am exhausted from keeping so many secrets, and Raul's care and concern make me tear up against my will. I really hope there's someone who can share my worries and listen to my worries. Raul always respects others, and when he heard about the phantom, he decided to treat the matter so seriously. He's heard the story about the Angel of Music before too, and perhaps he'll be able to help me save the angel. But the angel has pleaded with me to keep his existence a secret, and I don't want to break my promise. Raul is waiting for my reply, and he's always been so kind and patient with me, and should I ask for his help? Keep promise. I promised the Angel of Music to keep his secret, and he's done so much for me, and this is the only thing I can do to repay him. I'm sorry, Raul, and this concerns a promise I made to someone else, and it's not that I don't trust you. I have to keep my promise. Don't be too hard on yourself. I just wanted to share your burden, and I won't force you to tell me anything. And why don't I send you home after you're done with your practice, and I can pass by the police station to confirm some details with them, too. Wait, are you saying the opera house will close right away, and can you wait a few more days? The Angel of Music still hasn't appeared, and I have a feeling that if I miss him this time, it might be difficult to talk to him again. However, it is selfish to put everyone in danger because of me. Christine, time is of the essence, and we may prevent a tragedy if we lock down the opera house early. You're right. May I enter the opera house then? I promise I'll only use the dressing room, and I won't go anywhere else. Why? The police and I won't be able to keep you safe when we're in the underground maze. I have my reasons. I know it's a rather unreasonable request, but I need to be in the opera house. I hope you'll reconsider this. No matter what it is, nothing is more important than your safety. I can't possibly give up on the Angel of Music. And what secrets are you holding on to? I don't want to put you on a spot, but I'm rather worried. I shake my head around, and his eyes darken. We used to be so close that we share all of our secrets, but now you have one that you're not sharing with me. Perhaps one day you'll be able to trust me more. The search will be conducted a few days later, and please reconsider putting yourself in danger. I'm sorry. Raul perks up and manages to give me a smile. You don't need to apologize, Christine. I'll talk to the manager about a temporary closure. I prayed quietly in my heart, hoping that the Angel of Music would appear. Raul and the police searched the opera house, but failed to find anything aside from the entrance in Box 5. To avoid alerting the phantom, they explored and noted down just a small area of the underground maze. Then they halted the investigation to plan out further. The opera house reopens, and the new show welcomes its official rehearsal. I collected my thoughts before changing into my costume to join the rehearsal. After changing, I'm about to step out of the dressing room when I hear a long-awaited voice. It looks like you're done preparing for the performance, Christine. Angel of Music, you're finally here. You don't know how worried I've been. Forgive my asses, I've been a little preoccupied. Your new show is about to debut and I have to congratulate you. I'm more worried about you than I'm about the show. And how are you doing? I can't let you struggle on alone and let me help you. Please tell me, what can I do to help you out of this difficult situation? Help me? Yes, I suppose you can, and maybe you're the only one who can. Christine, are you sure you want to help me? You'll do anything for me. The angel's voice seems lower somehow, and his speech and mannerisms seem a little different too. Are things getting that bad? Yes, I am willing to try anything to help you, and I must do something for you. You will never leave me. Of course, and we'll always be there for each other as long as you don't leave me. I am happy to hear that, Christine, and please remember everything you said to me here. Sense me, Christine. Focus on me. What do you feel? I look around subconsciously and not quite understanding the meaning of his words. Then I seem to see the vague silhouette of a person in the mirror. Angel of Music, is that you? Tell me, what do you feel and what do you see? His voice echoes through the room as I gaze into the mirror in a daze and unable to help myself. I reach out to trace the figure. The mirror seems to emit a warm glow and my legs carry me forward as if I'm pulled towards the mirror against my will. The glassy surface seems to turn lighter as if by magic and the surface feels more lighter than water now. Ah! The mirror seems to warp inwards and I'm pulled into the mirror to the other side of the wall. I rub my eyes and as they adjust to the darkness I realize that I'm in the underground maze. The damn walls are dimly lit by torches and I turn to feel the wall behind me but there's not a single crack and the entrance has disappeared. Are you there, Angel of Music? Where are you? Are you really my Angel of Music? My calls reverberate around me, but there is no response, and my legs tremble, and as I feel my way towards the darkness, and finally I see a ray of light. I continue feeling my way forward against the wall, following the stream, and fear threatens to engulf me, but I force myself to stay calm. Don't be nervous, there will be a way, and I will find an exit somewhere. There seems to be no end to the winding hallway, and I had no idea how long or how far I walked. Feeling helpless, I start walking for a while, and there's a strange scent, and I think I hear footsteps, and then my vision blurs. Who's there? A tall figure appears in front of my eyes. I struggle to see who it is, but my head is growing heavy, and something has sapped my strength. And as I fall, I feel a pair of strong arms catching hold of me. Where am I? As I slowly regain my sense, the view before me grows clearer and the strange scent has vanished. I try getting up, but I feel like I'm trapped under a boulder and I can't even move a finger. What happened just now? I can hear water lapping and I feel like driftwood has been bobbing gently on the water. And I'm surrounded by an icy cold walls and I guess it's a wooden boat. The man wearing a black cloak is huge and I'm familiar with his silhouette and he's holding an oar rowing silently. The Phantom. He has kidnapped me and what is he going to do to me? I start to hyperventilate and my heart leaps into my throat. And my nerves stretch to a ton and my senses are now on full alert. And I look around in the dark and notice that there's a mist everywhere and I haven't seen this place before. This must be the Phantom's lair and there must be mechanisms everywhere. I need to stay calm and think of a way to save myself. The Phantom's emotions are unpredictable and I can't figure out why he kidnapped me. If I act rashly, I'll only alert him, and I should pretend I'm still unconscious so that I can react if anything happens. Once I decided, I slow down my breathing and try my best to pretend to be asleep. However, my thoughts are a mess, and I don't know how to escape this place. The phantom does not reply, and the boat proceeds at a steady pace. In the vast underground, all I can hear is my own breathing and the sound of the water flowing. As the boat goes deeper into the darkness, the air turns colder and colder, and finally the boat reaches the shore. The phantom carries me gently off the boat and places me on a bed. Christine. And the dim lamplight, he gazes at me steadily as if he's watching someone he loves deeply. You are finally mine. His voice is gentle, but his words are terrifying. What have you done, and why can't I move? He laughs a little, and then he tucks a lock of my hair behind my ear. Don't be afraid, Christine, and soon your body will be back to normal. How could I bear to hurt you? The phantom lifts his hand and caresses my cheek, and the movement is exceedingly gentle, as if he's touching a fragile vase. My hair stands on end, and despite his gentleness, what are you planning? And what would it take to make you let me go? The phantom shakes his head and does not answer my question. It is as if he's dealing with an errant child. You must be angry. Fortunately, I prepared dinner in advance. And the phantom walks to the closet and opens it, and there's a grand dress inside. Get changed and come to dinner, and I'll be waiting for you in the dining hall. Having given me the instruction, he leaves the room. I lie helpless on the bed, hoping that my body will recover soon. His voice sounds so much like the angel of music, and I'm certain he pretended to be the angel to lower me on the ground. Oh gosh, is she still really that dense? But how would the phantom know the angel of music, and how did he manage to imitate the angel's voice? Oh wow, like this version of Christine is as sick as a brick. Everything that has anything to do with him in the opera house is filled with mystery. And with my limited experience and knowledge, I can't for the life of me figure out his method and his goal. He treats me so kindly. No, not just kindly. He acts as if he treasures me. How could the phantom possibly love me? And this is too creepy. I speculate wildly as the minutes tick, and by finally I regain control of my limbs. I jump off the bed, and my first thought is to leave immediately. However, I try as I might, I cannot make the door budge. The phantom has locked me in here. I knock on the walls, hoping to find another way out. But after just a few knocks, the phantom speaks to me. If you're ready, Christine, just call for me, and I will be glad to help. I think you know it's rude to barge out of a place when you've been invited as a guest. The phantom laughs, mocking my helplessness, and I feel utterly defeated. I am trapped in his lair, and I have no way of fighting back, and I can only obey. I guess I'll have to change my clothes and go have dinner with him. After changing, I notice that the door is now unlocked. I push open the door and take a good look around me, and the place is finely decorated and the items carefully chosen. It is nothing like the dark and crude place I imagined it would be. Lavish dishes are laid out in the dining table, and the phantom is sitting at the end of one. Well, obviously he can afford nice food and expensive stuff with extorting 30,000 francs a month out of a place. The food looks exquisite, and he prepared all of this alone. He notices my surprise and laughs self-deprecatingly. I suppose you never considered the idea that the phantom would need to eat food. I never imagined that there would be such a lavish dishes in this dark underground maze. The phantom nods at me to signal that he wants me to sit down, and seated I notice that not only are their dishes exquisite, there are many cooked in ways I'm unfamiliar with. The dishes include food that I love, as well as wine that I like. I prepared this meal especially for you, Christine, and I know you like the food. He calmly removes his napkin and pours red wine into my glass. I am in no mood to eat anything, and the phantom has kidnapped me and he is acting like he has it, and I blurt out the question in my mind. I don't understand. Why choose me? I'm just an ordinary singer in the opera house. And besides, we never interacted before this. You will understand it all, Christine. The answer is hidden in your memories. My memories? You just forgotten it for now. Don't worry, I'll help you remember, and we should enjoy our first dinner. This is our first dinner together after reuniting, and we should make a toast. He raises his glass and a smile on his lips and his eyes look unwavering. It is as if this memory he speaks of truly exists, and I try my best to recall the past, but I just can't think of anything to do with the phantom. Is he saying the truth or is he lying? He's like, dude, Christine. Like how the phantom is angel of music. Christine, your stick has a break in this version. The phantom sits at the other end of the dining table, and his movements are graceful and he seems at ease. If it's not for my surroundings, I think I'm seated at a nobleman's table, and it all feels incredibly creepy as though I'm acting in an opera scene and I watch him uneasily. Is the food not to your liking? Just tell me if you want anything. It's rather rude to stare at someone while they're eating, isn't it? Please tell me what you're planning. I want to have dinner with you. The uncovered half of his face is smiling, but my nerves are stretched stunned. I have no idea what his true motive is, so I can only entertain his request patiently for now. Alright, I'll have dinner with you, and what happens after that? After dinner, you should go rest in the room after that meal, Christine. That room, and what do you mean? I start to panic, and the sheer screeches piercing as he scrapes against the floor. He looks at me and sighs, and then puts down his cutlery. I thought it's a bit too late at night for a proper talk. However, you are clearly very anxious. Well, then please sit. I sit on my seat again and wait for the phantom to explain. This may all be very sudden, Christine, but I've been waiting for this day a long time. So long that I no longer bear to wait any longer, especially when I see others getting close to wonder that you should belong only to me. I don't understand. Phantom is the name you have given me, and I also been called Reaper, Devil, and Ghost. People think I'm bored of darkness and that I can only live in darkness. And look at me, Christine. I am merely human. I used to work hard for my happiness, but fate has mocked my struggles time and time again. No matter how good or cruel I am, I always end up despised and I'm tired of everything, and I want to die alone here. But then you came, Christine, and I finally met you. He grows more agitated as he speaks, and even gets up and starts walking towards me, and I instinctively shrink back, but I force myself to stop, afraid of antagonizing him. Please, Christine, I can give you whatever you want. I just want you to love me, and as long as you love me, I will give all for your happiness, and I will give you everything you ever wanted. The phantom's confession is a huge shock to me, and I want to flee, but in my haste, I knock over a chair. Are you afraid of me? His face is twisted in a ferocious expression of great rage, and he clenches his fist and turns away. I break out in a cold sweat, and the phantom's confession is frightening, but his rage is even more terrifying. He turns back to me, and he seems to be in pain, and his voice quivers as he speaks, and I'm the one holding his hand, as if I'm the only one holding his life in my hands. Don't be afraid. You never have to be afraid of me. I will never hurt you, and I know my appearance may speak otherwise, but I can give you the truest love in the world. I love you more than life, and I can make you the female lead. I can give you glory and immeasurable wealth. I'm very good at extorting 30,000 francs out of the theater. You only need to give me a chance and some time. Did you say female lead? Did you do that to Carlotta because of me? Carlota may be good enough for ordinary people, but she's like a perfect musical instrument. Her gift for music stops there. I can tolerate her being popular. After all, there's a limit to what ordinary people can achieve. However, you are here. You are an unpolished gem, and I cannot let your talent be buried. I must let you shine. Carlota is a necessary sacrifice. I don't need you to do all that for me. Everything you've done goes against my principles. You say you love me, but you drown me in fear, and how can I accept the love of a murderer? As though stabbed by my word, he staggers backwards before responding viciously. Yes, I am a demon. Ha ha ha. I am the Reaper, and I can only bring misfortune. If no one in this world has ever shown me love, then how can I possibly learn to love? As a child, my own family hated me, and I was a vagrant who was mocked and insulted. Tell me, Christine, how was I supposed to learn about love? He points at his face vehemently as he approaches, and I press against the wall, trying to hold myself together. If I had been born with a handsome face, I too would have lived like a naive and cherry prince. I see the phantom's chest heaving, and he's taking deep breaths as though trying to suppress his rage. I am sick of begging heaven to have mercy on me, and I should follow my destiny and make people fear me. I don't dare to speak. After a tense moment, he leaves. The chair has toppled over, and the dishes have gone cold, and a greasy smell lingers in the air. I'm still reeling in shock, but I look around the room, and there's no windows here, and the only light comes from the candles. It must be unbearable. It must be unbearable to live in the darkness every day. I listen patiently. I listen carefully, and the place is silent, save for the occasional crackling of the candle flames. I must grab this opportunity to look for a way out. I quietly explore the maze room. All the doors look alike, and I'm terrified of finding the phantom on the other side whenever I open a door. I arrive at yet another identical room and finally hear something new. It is the sound of water, and I push the door open. A deep lake appears before me, blocking the way to the other side. He took me across this lake. The water must be deep, and the boat is nowhere in sight. The cold and damp air is making me shiver. I guess there's no way out. I should have known the phantom is meticulous and would have made sure that I can't find my way out. After a few more rounds, I return helplessly to the bedroom. When I observe the room carefully, I can see traces of the phantom's life here. The bed is soft, and its exquisite canopy drapes both sides. Candlesticks fill the room, making the place as bright as day. Fine paintings hang on the wall, and various art pieces litter the floor. There are music manuscripts here. I pick up the sheet music from the carpet, and it's filled with annotations and corrections. It appears to be an original composition. This piece of music is really complex. I try humming it and realize the composer must be extraordinary. Even the best orchestra in the world will find this piece difficult. Did the phantom compose this? To my astonishment, I hear singing beyond the door. It's coming from the room next door. The singing sound closes, but it's not outside the door, and I can't find any other exit in the room. I sit down to listen as it becomes clearer, and it's a tune I never heard before. Sounds like an organ is playing as accompaniment, and it's the phantom the one singing. The singing grows louder, and the great music starts to express dramatic sorrow. I am no longer in doubt, and only the phantom will be capable of singing such a tragic tune. Malevolence hides itself in the flood of prejudice, but these rolling waves must obey my defiance. If ruin is what awaits me, death shall be my choice. The organ's low notes reverberating in the air, and my heart terrors along with them. I feel the phantom's defiance and resentment loud and clear. Yet as a chord change, the melody turns doleful and despondent. Love is poison, and even death bows to her. My love is a misfortune, and I am the culprit of her nightmares. My tears fall uncontrollably. This song is about his entire life. I am moved by the music despite knowing that he's committed countless evil deeds. I never thought of sympathize with the phantom I always hated. The music pulls in the composer's shoes and making me sad and angry like him. And I'm reminded of the angel of music, and his musicality is comparable to the phantom. Immeasurable musical talent and the voice so akin to the angels. Could he really be? The answer is already in my mind, but it frightens me and I dare not think about it. Perhaps when the answer is revealed, my face will crumble. Alright, so that's enough for the Phantom of the Opera for today. We'll finish it next time I do Time Princess. Bye bye and God bless.